Boom, 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 boom. Hey, good morning, Vietnam. Hi. All right, I just had to do that in paying respects to the godfather of comedy, you know, the only man, you know, other than, you know,
Dolomite.
Yeah, Jonathan Winters and Dolomite and Rich Pryor, it really, really made me laugh, you know. And so, Robin, we miss you and we'll see you another time, you know. And that's a whole nother conversation, right? Okay, you know, because we all got issues. So welcome to Conversations with a Pitbull Live. We are back and we black, right?
Yes,
all
sir.
right, there we go. And we even got some brothers on the other side over there in the studio. We got a heck of a show today, man. Okay, this is, as it was billed, the... Is that your phone? I don't know. Hold on.
You know I don't play nothing like that on my phone.
Right. Okay, so there we go with the Beatles. Listen, this is the Pitbull Summit. Now, I know everyone's saying, what is the Pitbull Summit? Well, I want to tell you, this is our first show back for a while. You know, the last show was, what was it? Should we hang it up or time to walk away or something like that? But we had issues. So the thing is this. I wanted to pull together the best minds that I know of. Is that another one walking in?
Boom, boom. Oh, who's at the door?
Oh, yeah, see there? It's one more. If somebody don't come late on this show, it ain't a show. Josh LIddy is walking in the door right now. Come on in, sir. How are you? How are you? Say hello to everybody in Radio Land. All right. So I don't have to introduce Josh LIddy. And we have Fred Cray, resident legal beagle on this show and Pitbull Legal Bulletin. We got Drayton Michaels from New York City, well, actually New Jersey. You know, the dog guru, the Pitbull guru, one of the most dynamic, exciting, intelligent, informed, scientific dog trainers that I ever met, you know, and I've got about 30 years of pass and review on them suckers. So Drayton's going to call in and give us some info. We got Richard calling from Kentucky, who has got about 200 pit bulls down there, and he's doing great work and dealing with that. We got Paul from Romp Rescue. We get Paul on camera over there. And we have Johnny Ray is just becoming a staple up in here, man. You know, and he's gonna even be more of a staple because you guys know we got this. I don't know who this is. Why are these people calling me?
Why do you got that ringtone? That's what I want to know.
You know, I got the phone at 7-Eleven. You know, some guy out there say, "Hey man, give me $10."
I got you. It's already pre-programmed with all the hits from the '60s.
So, we have Cheryl Huerta from Portland Pitbull Rescue. Portland Pitbull Rescue. And just the Portland Pitbull Project and Portland Pitbull, period. You know, the Pitbull Walk. Cheryl do more walking than Forrest Gump did, man, when he was like, had the little smiley face on, man. She's and something else. Oh, excuse me. We got the Godfather himself. Gordon Shell, the man of the hour, too doggone sweet to be sour. Right? Mm-hmm. He's the Dolomite, the white Dolomite. Okay, so we're gonna catch up from him. So bottom line, this is the deal. This is a free flow thing. You know, I always do my little spiel at the top of the show, so I'm going to cut that down because, you know, I got a whole lot to say, but I'm not going to do that. It's going to be basically getting a little bit from everybody, and everybody can feel free to call in. We're going to try something new. Hopefully don't blow up the studio. We're going to try to do triple Skype, so we'll have people on. So you guys just stand by and hold on and everything. Now, before we get to the business, let's take care of a little bit of business. Breeder X, if you haven't noticed yet, Go to the Breeder X. What is it? Breeder X 1 million views. Okay, you know, October the 11th, we go live with our new web series. It's the drama. It's the only and the first web series with a animal abuse undertone. So you guys got to get up on that. And if you don't know, go to any of my pages, go to Paula's, go, you know, just look around, just type the Breeder X in. But we need worldwide participation, and you guys been good. So let's just get with that. Everybody in here. And I want to say, howdy to my brother, one of the baddest boys in Pitbull too, is Shorty, because Johnny over there, Shorty and Johnny will tell you about it. We're gonna go to TJ with Johnny and do some stuff in December, so I'm looking forward to that. And also, last thing on the agenda is you guys stand by, because everybody that's trying to save dogs and post petitions and all that kind of stuff, we got something brand new coming for you starting Tuesday. And I'm going to try to corral Johnny. I'm going to try to corral Josh and different people and you know, everybody, man, because we're going to have 4 hours. 4 hours on from 7 o'clock in the morning to 11 o'clock. And we're going to do that, Robert, that cross between Howard Stern and Rush Limbaugh for y'all, okay? We're going to be irrelevant. We ain't going to have no holds barred. And we're going to be the right wing for the dogs, okay? So that's all I got to say. Welcome, 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 everybody.
Yeah.
All right, so let's start.
Got a packed house.
That's right.
This is awesome, man.
All right,
Thank you guys so much for coming. It's good to see your good faces again. Once again, you know, it's always good to have cats in the house.
I'm going to turn my phone down because nobody else will.
Let's fire off, see what's going on with Romp Rescue these days. What are you guys up to?
Same old, same old. We have a lot of long timers that we're trying to place, but we're also trying to figure out, similar to what you're trying to do here today, how to make a difference, because you do keep finding, okay, same problems, same issues, same fights, same problems on the streets, same problems at the shelter, same problems between the rescues. So what's next? So I'm excited to be here and you know, have this conversation.
Well, what do you guys think is next, Johnny? What's next? Like, what's the attack? Like, how do we get on top of some of these mountains of problems and issues?
I think what we're doing here today is a pretty good start. Yeah.
Oh, you just wait a minute now, Johnny. You can't stop talking most of the time. You sit over there, so
well, it was just the wrong question.
Oh, okay, there you go. Okay.
I'm working on
say,
it.
give him the alley-oop, baby. Hey, and you know what? On that though, and I failed to mention Paula Archer is out there, and there's a lady that I wanted to give a real quick minute to, because you remember Rosie?
Yeah.
This lady has got a little dog that's like almost a, you know, same kind of affliction in Rosie. It's abuse, man. These people, these breeders and all these insane people doing this stuff to this dog, and she's got one that she adopted. And can we get Paula Archer on the Skype, please? And can we Skype Fred in here too? And let's just fire that Skype right up right now and keep it from getting cold.
We also got our boy Josh LIddy in the house.
Right.
What's happening, Josh?
So while
How
you doing that, let's go.
I'm good.
You just chilling?
Yeah.
Nah, never just chilling. I know you're active out there doing something. What you been up to these days?
Well, the last thing I was involved in was Pasadena City Council meeting was in July, and they're now steering away from breed-specific legislation, which is a good thing. Other than that, I have recently the Carson Shelter manager resigned, so I've tried to become the new Carson Shelter manager.
Yeah, you were talking about him last time you were here.
Hey,
Yeah.
there's hope for the dogs, ladies and gentlemen.
We got high people in low places.
Actually, unfortunately not, because they've already declined my application. But I knew that was
You
coming.
didn't hit us up for references? I mean,
I knew that was coming because they wouldn't even let me be a volunteer, but I wanted to put myself out there and apply anyways.
That's right. Make them say no. You
Right.
should let us know, though.
did you wear the beanie to the interview? I mean,
I got no interview.
didn't even get that far?
They looked on the paper and they said, Josh LIddy.
Man, and I know I can't get a job because if this brother can't get none, oh man, that's hard.
That's right. Oh my God. So you should have let us know though, because we could have got some brothers and we could have picked it
I know
outside.
some fools in Carson. Go.
Yeah. But
Oh, that's a different show.
Because I was
it
gonna-
is. I mean, it's a joking matter here because I wasn't gonna get it,
Right.
Because they wouldn't
But
let
you
me volunteer.
tried,
But
though.
it's a sad thing because at the end of the day, you got a manager in there who is just basically killing dogs constantly, and
right.
there's no change being made. So
Well, tell us, Josh, what can we do? And when I say we, I'm not necessarily talking about, me and the frog I got in my pocket, but I mean we as a community.
In regards to what?
To all
making some change.
Yeah, just period. Where you're in the trenches. What's the problem right now that just pisses you off, that you wish that you could get people involved with, to pay attention to?
As a community, I just think people need to be nicer to each other. Here lately, I've really seen a lot of judgment in the rescue community and a lot of just kind of infighting. And with all the issues that there are, I think that, and not just the rescue community, but just the community at large, I think a lot of people inside of the rescue community kind of end up judging the people outside of the community, the people that, could be helping the dogs, giving them more homes. So I just think, there needs to be better line of communication between the rescue community and the outside community, and that's a lot of what, it's a big problem.
So Josh, tell me this: with this show that we're going to start on Tuesday, it's going to be called Foster's Animal World TV, right? Because we're going to deal with dogs, but we want to be a little broader too, because it's a lot of animal suffering. Do you think we can do anything in a 4-hour form every week so we can get people in here and put them on the spot and and just try to? I want to change some shit, man.
This is gonna be a 4-hour show weekly.
4-hour, baby.
Every week.
Every week.
That's crazy.
I know it's crazy, but I'm crazy, But what can you say? It's like, hey, so Romp Rescue.
How are you guys approaching like some of these issues? Like, because Josh is exactly right. I think
it's interesting. And if we want to visit current events, if we look at what's going on with the protests in the Midwest right now, like again, there was conflict, there was nothing happening, there was people getting hurt, but then you bring in somebody who's okay. Let's approach this nonviolently. Let's have people have a say in what's going on. Let's find out what the issues are. So last night the protests were peaceful. So in many ways, I think the animal community is the same way. Even when we feel like we're on the side of right of animal welfare, of having things happen, sometimes I see these comments or these diatribes about, the animal abuser should die, or the people who don't spay and neuter should die, or, this child who pulls too tight on a leash should be shot. Like I don't think that's a useful conversation. You want to create allies. You don't want to drive the armored truck down the street so that people are, no, I don't want to have this conversation. You need to approach them as somebody that's in their community of them. Okay, let's talk about this. Why do you treat your animals this way? Is there anything we can do to help? Or you know what? Let's go to the park and play and see what your dog does in that environment. Like, the movement in having shelter intervention programs and things where activists are actually, okay, you're bringing your dog to the shelter. Why? What can we do to help? I think that's more of a positive direction. Yeah. And yes, there's a whole global conversation about animal welfare, but unless we're walking our blocks, we're going to our local shelters, we're doing things offline, I don't think change is really going to happen. We can circulate the petitions, we can raise awareness, we can show the horrible videos, but until we're actually touching people, I don't think anything's going to change.
Sounds like we need some training videos for humans. Like, they got training videos on how to deal with your dogs, but maybe we need some human training videos,
Paul,
how to actually relate to people.
So tell me, are you saying to me, because we're going to do something, I'm going to make something happen. We met one of the city councilmen here. I introduced him to Johnny, and, that day I wasn't feeling too social, but Johnny picked up the slack, man.
Yeah, I hung in there for you.
Yeah, that's right. We took pictures with your government, some people, and so now and always have got low friends in high places, So what we want to do. So if you're telling me, Paul, that we need to get together some sort of way to, I always thought walking the blocks was a good thing, because I know that's part of the problem, people doing stuff behind closed doors, because just where dog fighting and abuse and all of this stuff, and just the ignorance of somebody not knowing how to take care of the dog. Like you're saying, somebody dragging a dog and other people getting mad, they haven't been trained, so it's got to be a grassroots education effort, and we've been all about the education part, and you saying got to get offline, so take it to the streets. But that's good notes, and we're gonna pick up on all of
But
this.
the online
later.
is the way to spread the information about the offline activities.
Exactly. Exactly.
It's
So we
also about making resources accessible and available to the community, especially the low-income community, people in poverty. You know, these people want to take advantage of the resources, they just don't have them.
That's right.
A lot of the times.
That's
And
right.
A lot of the times people say, well, these people don't care. That's
right.
nonsense.
That's right.
nonsense.
Well, that's
Well,
what Johnny was saying last time you were here, because you were doing a lot of work down in Mexico, right? And like you were saying, oh, well, this is like, you know, I mean, the
Yeah, we had hundreds of people stand in line for 12 hours
Yep.
to get their dog fixed. And people say they don't care about their animals
Yeah.
when they actually do. Because who's going to stand in line for 12 hours?
Yeah, it's like Black Friday.
And end up with a sunburn.
Beyonce ticket.
You know, and by what Paul was just saying, you know, we went down into, I just got back from TJ last night. And, you know, we were down in the sewers with Shorty from Pit Boss. And, you know, I had a couple of volunteers attack a guy because, you know, he's drunk and he's living in the sewers. And he was swinging his dog by his back feet.
Oh, shit.
You know, and they went over there and they were going to call the police and all that. And I went over there and calmed the guy thing down. He was really upset. You're not going to take my dog. You're not going to take my dog. You know, and I calmed him down and said, dude, we don't want to take your dog. All we want to do is show you what, you know, that you're actually, you could be hurting your dog. And then I pointed out to him, you know, that the dog has mange. And, you know, just told him, I don't want your dog. I'm here to help you. You know what? If you want vet care for it, we'll help you. And, you know, and it broke the guy's heart. And you know what? He ended up surrendering the dog to us.
Really?
So sometimes it does take just going down and going from block to block. And, you know, and when people see, you know, they learn. You know, there's some people that just don't know.
They're not educated.
We went to this one house, and they had this pit bull tied to a chain, and it was like 2 feet of chain, and all the way around it was feces. You know, we knocked on the lady's door and asked if we can medicate and give some flea and tick medication, put some food down for her dog because it's so skinny. And, you know, I had one of the volunteers was ready to go off, and I said, you can't do that.
Yeah,
Cannot do that.
I don't want you to bring those guys to my house because they'd be really pissed. Well, Johnny, we're going to come back to that because I got somebody on the Skype. I think that's Diane, right? Hello? Can you hear me?
I'm here.
Hey, dear, how are you?
Me?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. Welcome to the Pitbull Summit, or just the ball of confusion, whatever you want to call it. No, but you know, I got some of the most wonderful people around, and I want everybody to get information out. You know, I'm on this new quest. You know that we got to do something. We got to change stuff because tomorrow ain't guaranteed. You know, and so tell us about your baby there.
She was brought into a high-kill shelter as a stray in January in Kansas, and she was under 2 pounds. She was found in sub-zero weather, very sick. She had bloody stools, vomiting blood. They didn't think she'd make it through the night. And shelter staff really pulled together and did the best they could and took her to get sub-Q fluids for 10 days while she was still in the shelter hold. And then she got transferred up here to Kansas, and my rescue group that I work with pulled her. And she was so weak that she had to be fed every 2 hours around the clock to even survive. And back in February, I got a call, and they said, we've got your dog. And, you know, I would never compare it to Rosie because Rosie, you know, had some really serious congenital defects from the gene pool that was toxic. But Go-Go had 2 rear legs that were congenitally deformed. Her legs were growing at an angle, and she wouldn't be able to walk, so she had to have leg repair. We had a grade 4 patellar luxation repair in both legs, and she's going in for her 3rd surgery 3 weeks from yesterday. So to pull the pins out, the pins are irritating her now because she's so small. She's only 3 pounds right now, so she's a teeny little girl.
I know, and
but she's just.
I wanted to get you in here because this was all about the summit. But when I saw, you know, your dog on Facebook and what was happening, I just wanted to do something. I don't know. I'm crazy, man. I'm just trying to help people and try to make stuff changes and do whatever, you know. And, you know, what's her name again?
Her name is Glory Rose. I named her in honor of everything Rosie and Cinnamon because they've done so much for so many.
Exactly.
And we call her Go-Go.
That's right.
She's so fast.
And I'm gonna go real quick here because you worked with Rosie, correct? You did videos
I did
or
the
something.
videos.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
And when Rosie was in here, we had that's what I remembered. And what's the name of your rescue?
It's LL Dog Rescue here in Kansas.
LL Like liar, liar?
LL Rescue.
Okay, LL.
Just the word, the letter LL.
So that would be LL on Facebook and LL.com or what?
Just LL Dog Rescue on Facebook.
Okay, so and lastly, you guys, I saw that it was something you had a little fundraiser going. You know, now I'm dead broke, but we have people watching and listening that have some money. I mean, because we're trying to take these pit bull cans. You know, don't throw them away, guys, because this is like, you know, back to the recycler. So that's how we stay on the air. But tell us about your fundraisers so anybody out there that has a real job and has some spare change, which is the oxymoron in my house, that they could help you out.
Well, we really appreciate that, Foster. So friends of mine put together a fundraiser for her to help us with their vet bills because they're now over 5,000. And if they go to youcaring.com and go to search fundraisers and type in Glory Rose, she'll pop right up.
Okay, youcare.com, Glory Rose.
Made and it looks everything. Yep.
Well, you got
Caring and type in Glory Rose.
youcare.com and Glory Rose. So you got to stay with us in terms of, you know, get back to us. They just put that there. And let us know, you know, what happens and how she does and everything, okay?
Sure will. We sure will. We sure appreciate you guys. You're doing a good thing. And everybody support Conversations with a Pit Bull and Foster because they are making a difference in the world of rescue. So support them and tell your friends.
It's a team effort. The next president, President Hillary Clinton said, it takes a village, right? So, I didn't say that, did I? I'm impartial. I am an independent.
Our team is strong, though. Just look at our studio guests, man. this is
That's right.
I'm going to go put on a leather football helmet and roll with these guys anytime, man. That's like, hey, Ninja Turtles ain't the only ones doing good work in the sewers, man. You need to follow Johnny Ray over here, man.
That's right. So, my dear, take care of you and Glory Rose, because I want to get Captain Gordon Shell in here, because he's always on a plane somewhere. And you know what? Little Darlings, she's traveling. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Can we Skype Gordon in real quick and get his 2 cents? I don't know if he's been listening to what's been going on, because Fred, the legal man, you know what? You know why I stay friends with Fred Craig? Because if I ever went to jail, I'm going to just say, call my lawyer. And I told him, don't answer the phone. Pit bull, you know? Because I'm going to tell him, my lawyer's a pit bull. It's like,
it's not if. It's not if. It's when.
Yeah. When. No. Hey, man, I'm 50, 60 something years old. Never been in jail, knock on wood. You know, and that's a major accomplishment in America for a black man that's not had dreadlocks for the last 15 years. That's major, huh? You know, because driving black and black and black. While black. Right? Is Gordon or Cheryl there? Okay. You have to check in with Captain Michaels because Paula, because she knows somebody's on the phone. Who that?
He's calling.
Oh, he's calling back. That's what I said. So in the meantime, Josh, tell me. You gave some good points, man. So see, you guys don't know. This is like a little tribe. I don't know. Y'all being duped though.
Tribunal.
Yeah, because I'm putting together this movement. You know, because we're gonna come
Senior
out.
moments.
We're gonna come out like the Dirty Dozen. You know, what's that movie? The Expendables. Yeah, we're going to come. They ain't going to be able to tell us nothing. We're going to walk into the city councils, and they're going to be like, whoa, 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 whoa. And with these backgrounds, with these resumes, and we got a lawyer. Look at him. And he got a haircut, too.
What? Fried, died, and laid to the side.
That's right. And somebody put a bowl on his head down in Florida down there. Look at him. But he still look. Chris got a haircut. Is Gordon there? Gordon.
No, that's
Gordon Shell.
I'm here. Can you hear me, Foster?
Yes, I can. How are you, sir?
Good. It's been a long time.
I know it's been too long, Gordon. Hey, welcome to the show, man. You know, have you been listening?
Yes, I have. I've caught about the last half hour or so.
Oh, sorry about that, then. You know, but no, hey, I'm good. So I know, you know, you always in between places and going and doing stuff. But as I said, I'm trying to, tap the minds of the greatest people that I know in the effort who are doing this every day, and they seeing all the problems, and they understand what some of the solutions can be. So go ahead and share your knowledge with us. What do you see going on out there? What can the public do to support you and your effort, and in general, what's bad and what's good?
Well, the good is there's so many people that are popping up that want to help, and a lot of great rescue groups that are out there, and I'm meeting more and more of them in my travels and through Facebook and social media, and trying to get there in person to hear their stories and see what they're doing. The bad of it is, besides the abuse that's going on to the animals and the dogs, is, as your other guest said, the infighting. The rescues have become almost a fad, and I don't own a rescue. I think, as you know, I'm more of an independent. I do my own thing. I don't have a facility. I don't. When I pull dogs, I take them to anonymous groups that actually rehab the fight dogs. But it's gotten to be where everybody has a rescue. They've all created a Facebook page, and they're all doing benefits, and they're doing stuff. And I don't know if they're all actually going to the dogs or if it's become a popularity contest. And that's been kind of a hot topic lately. It seems like everybody wants to be the biggest and best rescue and put up the saddest story on their site to get the most attention and the most money. And I just don't want to see it go down that road. I think we need to kind of dial back a little bit on what we call a rescue and what we call an advocate, and just educate people and make sure they're doing it for the right reason. It isn't becoming a business or a profit or a popularity contest. That's what I'm seeing lately. And if you've noticed, I've pulled back a little bit from Facebook just because it's just become too much for me, where I've got this rescue private messaging me saying, hey, this rescue is doing this wrong, and she's crooked, and he's crooked, and everything. And I just, I want to get out of the politics of it. I got into this because I'm a passionate animal lover, dog lover, and I just want to keep it that.
Right. Well, Gordon, I'm so glad. I mean, see, this is what it's all about. This is the summit that I was hoping for, because when you say that people contacting you, man, what this show has just brought about a lot of, and then with the fact that my name is Foster don't help, because the stupid people don't read think that I'm fostering dogs, 100 of them a day. Right. I get a lot of this, the illegal stuff that's going on. People are what do they call that? They do the houses?
Flipping them?
Flipping dogs and this kind of stuff. So I'm putting that down on the note, because we're not trying to solve everything today. I'm trying to get the information out, because we're taking notes, because we are going to do something, though, Gordon, because there are good people out here, and I think that there are a lot of good people across country and around the world that want things to be right and want to help. They just need some sort of guidance, and not that we're trying to be leaders or anything, but we all have to support each other. There's very few people with the real knowledge, like all of you guys are out there, and a lot of people want to help, but they don't know what to do, and that's how they end up following these bad groups and these bad people and getting duped into, somebody making $5,000 off a dog, and the dog ended up dead or back in the shelter or something. So that was great, Gordon. I really appreciate it. We're going to play, now that I got a trailer from you, we're going to play that, and on Tuesdays, I don't know what you're doing, but we got 4 hours, baby, and it won't be like, trying to squeeze everything in. I've been wanting to do a show like this for a long time, and this is our first show back, and I told Fred, I said, no, man, no, I'm going to do it. He said, no, you better not. I said, I'm going to do it. And then he called Danny, and Danny said, no, you better not. I said, I'm going to do it. So now, Tuesday, we're going to have a good time. I'll play your trailer all the time, bro. Okay, first of all, so as long as those people who own it don't give me no flack about it, you take care of that. But Gordon, we love you, man, and and Gordon is in Breeder X. We just haven't shot his portion yet because it's a series. But this man is dear to my heart, because when I first started talking about all of this, Gordon was right there, and he befriended me and gave me a lot of good information. So, brother, keep up the fight, man. Thank you so much for calling in, and we got to get your face on there. You got to get your Skype thing down, all right? And get you in here.
but I'll get on there Tuesday. Maybe I can Skype in with you Tuesday.
Thank you, brother. All right,
All right,
man.
thanks, Foster.
Take care.
All right.
One love.
Yeah, it's so interesting what he's talking about. I mean, as people that are in, like, primarily we deal with cameras and entertainment and stuff like that, and media is kind of like our thing. And when he starts touching on kind of like the commercialization or the how the media it can have a negative effect, it really resonates, with me. It's one of the reasons why I'm not on like Facebook or Twitter or any of that stuff. It's like I still believe in the real activities and real relationships and real things, and not to hate on anybody that's doing all that stuff or whatever, but when I hear Johnny talk about, hey, you know what, I just got back from over here and this is what I was doing, like, I don't need to hear that on like on a timeline or whatever. Right. You know what I mean? There's just something authentic and guttural about doing stuff with your hands, and exactly. I think whatever it is anybody's doing, I think just keep doing it if it helps, and like Josh was saying, kind of like stop hating.
I run into those scams too, and it took me 2 to 3 months to get a pit bull away from somebody in TJ, and what she was doing was asking for help while the dog was covered in mange and starving, and her posts weren't matching what she was saying. Yeah. And it took me 2-3 months, and people were telling me, oh, don't say nothing to her, don't say nothing to her, and and I did. But what I've learned is block and delete, block and delete, and go where the love is.
That's right. Well,
I don't even have those problems.
We might end up with
man.
We might end up doing some kind of reality show, undercover, busting some of these assholes. Plus, Danny didn't tell you guys that he also is not on Facebook because it's against his probation orders and stuff. But that's a whole nother thing. Hey, Cheryl.
I'm out on a furlough.
Cheryl, yeah, there you go. Cheryl and Fred Craig, you both there. I see you. I can't hear.
I don't know if you can hear me, but I'm here.
There. Okay. Can you? Were you talking, Fred? No,
yeah, I said I don't know if you can hear me or not.
Yeah, that was a dumb question for a lawyer, wasn't it? Are you talking? Okay, it's like boom, boom. We know Fred. You got 100 of them jokes. I know he's like, yeah, oh, that's fresh. But Cheryl,
I get paid to talk.
That's right.
That's the difference.
That's right. Cheryl, how are you, dear?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
Good, good, good. So, as the first female to step into this den of dogs, tell us, again, one of the people that I've respected for a long time, and most people out there, probably know about you anyway. So it is not a resume time. You're here, so you ask your credibility. Tell us, what do you see? You've been listening to us going through this. Tell us what's on your mind, dear.
Well, I am so glad to be hearing this conversation. I think it's a conversation that's long overdue in the animal welfare community. I'm often the one on Facebook asking people to stop condemning people on half-baked information, people that surrender dogs or a piece of shit, and it just doesn't do us any good with the general public with all the infighting. I really don't like the infighting at all. I think we should be more constructive in forming programs that benefit people that need help, people that show up at the shelter and say, I need to surrender my dog. Let's ask them why. Let's find out what we can do to help them. Sometimes it's just training or behavior. Sometimes they can't afford the medical bills, they have a sick dog. And I think it's time that the animal welfare community stopped condemning people who have problems. Not everyone's perfect, and I think we should begin to recognize that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's very good, because again, all I'm trying to do is get stuff out there, because there's a lot of people thinking and wondering, and even the people who are doing bad stuff, they're gonna watch this, and they're gonna be like, damn, they blowing me out the water. They showing my whole card. It's going to be harder for me to scam people now, just because we said these words. And we're just getting started. So this is just the beginning. Let Cheryl stay right there. I want everybody to be able to chime in a second. We're going to hold that. Is Gordon Skyping in? Paula, is Gordon, not Gordon, Drayton is Skyping or calling on the phone. Fred?
Yes.
How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. I'm talking to you.
Hey, what's happening, Fred? How you doing, man?
All right, I'm wondering. What everyone's dying to know is what made you decide to grow your dreadlocks out, Foster? So you've had them for 14 years.
Because
what was the impetus behind?
Because I worked corporate for like 2 years. I was an executive at Capitol Records, and you know, and
You wanted to rebel. You wanted to rebel against the man.
Well, I'm just a free black man, man. I'm just trying to be myself. No, it was like a couple of things. Same reason I don't shave a lot, you know? It's just, hey, man, you know, I just, you know, dig it. I figured one day I'll be bald. So I might as well have it. Oh, no, pardon me there, Paul. I'm sorry. No, I was just.
Danny told me that they're really root extensions.
Yeah,
they
right,
are, man.
Yeah. No, we don't roll like that, baby.
You got
He said, hey, man, Foster can't be on the show next week because he's got to get his extensions redone.
Exactly. Yeah, he's getting his braids. That's somebody.
What's on your mind these days, Fred? I mean, I know you've been listening, and obviously, you know, you come at things a lot from the legal side, but a lot of research being done as well. You've been tremendously beneficial to helping educate me and everybody else that listens. What's on your mind these days, man?
Well, the first thing on the legal side is I think that people need to challenge more these pit bull bans because most of them are unconstitutional, and particularly in the small towns. And when people send me copies of their ordinances and I look at them, I go, wow, this is so unconstitutional. But in order for the town to stop doing it, somebody has to say, hey, this is unconstitutional. A couple days ago, they went to court in Mississippi, and the judge looked at, you know, the pit bull ordinance, and it said, if your dog has any element of pit bull in it, it's banned. The judge said that's vague. There's no way to know, and threw the case out. More people need to do that. But in general, I think what everybody's saying is that there's too much self-righteous behavior going on with individual people against other people in the animal welfare.
No, it's not.
community.
What do you mean? What are you talking about that? Go ahead.
And I think part of the problem, I think the main problem is human behavior. I think people have good intentions when they do this. But Kim Wolf said to me one time, and I think it's something that we all need to think about, if breed discriminatory laws disappeared overnight, what would be the reason for some people to be doing something? You know, that's their whole reason of being there. If the problem was solved, they'd be out of a job, they'd be out of a rescue, they'd be out of something to fight about. So I think a lot of people live for that conflict. And I think that creates this self-righteous sort of behavior on behalf of rescues, on behalf of shelters. It's all their own little power world that they're involved in. And I think that's something that is very difficult to change because those people are in charge of their stuff and they have a vested interest in their turf, so to speak. Yeah. So I think that's a big detriment. And, you know, there's also the issue of people where there are actual disagreements and they are valid. So we have the American Pit Bull Terrier people saying, look, we have a purebred dog. We believe it's bred from a fighting dog. We want to preserve that gameness in the dog. And as a result, we feel we can identify an American Pit Bull Terrier if it's a purebred dog. A lot of people have that opinion. There's nothing wrong with that opinion, but the problem with that opinion is it grates against a lot of the arguments that we make. So how do we make inroads with those people? We had a guy on our show last week from the American Pit Bull Terrier group, and we discussed, you know, and what I try to do is say, okay, what are the things we can agree on? I mean, I don't know that the person who thinks these things has a genetic degree and has the right amount of background to say the things he's saying, but regardless, that's his opinion. Mm-hmm. And so my point is, let's see what we agree on. Can we agree on breed discriminatory laws don't work? Can we agree on breed discriminatory laws? You may think you can identify a pit bull that's purebred, that it's an American pit bull terrier, but can we agree that the animal control officers who are riding around in their truck with a picture of a pit bull in some book are not qualified to make that decision?
Right.
And that it's wrong to allow them to ban dogs based on their limited knowledge. And I think we can agree on that. And we can agree on most dogs that we deal with in the everyday life world that we're in are not purebred dogs who have been bred conforming, to a certain behavior, and that behavior bred on. So,
right.
The bottom line is that I think that you can reach some areas of agreement and agree to disagree on the others and do it in a way that's positive.
Yeah, sometimes you got to get creative, man, because as soon as a lot of times people start hearing rational thought and like a deductive reasoning or whatever, they start like pulling out their guns and screaming and running around and getting all crazy and stuff. So, we just got to find, I guess, different ways of doing it. That's kind of what we're trying to do with the show is use media or try to do it a little bit differently. Just change the approach, like maybe change the paradigm a little bit and approach it from a different way. But I know once those, I know they must get scared when they hear Fred coming. Like they start rattling off all that.
Most of the time, because that's what he do. Fred.
In a very calm, objective way.
Yeah.
And discuss it in a way that is productive.
Well, that's what we're going to do because I'm telling you, I think it's a storm brewing, man. It's like reading a book, When you look at a book, you get halfway in it, and a drama is not going to change into a Western all of a sudden. It's going to be what it's going to be, So you can kind of tell where it's going. And the way that I see it's going, we are the change. We hear all of these people and others that, we're going to make change because people just need a little bit of guidance and a little bit of support to really know, they need some sort of leadership. Can you get Drayton too? Okay. Did we have to let Cheryl
here.
go? Oh,
I'm
okay.
here.
Cheryl, we'll get back to you. Drayton Michaels.
Foster, what's up, buddy?
You, sir, how are you? We finally, it's been taking a year and a half to get him on this show?
Hey, man, you got to give props to our boy Chris back here on the Wheels of Steel. He's cutting this stuff up and making it look good. I want to give a shout out to Chris, man. He's letting him have it on the engineering board.
Right. Drayton's been on the show, and he sent us in video and different stuff over the years. But this is the first time we've seen his face. So America and, the 13 countries or 18 countries that, bless us with viewing, welcome, Drayton Michaels. Okay, and I love it. We got the Skype going with Drayton and Fred right next to each other. That's a pretty thing because we all got history.
So we should turn to each other and kiss each other.
Nah, it ain't that kind of party.
Show. You gotta wait for the 4-hour one.
That's right. Yeah, no,
we're right next to each other.
No, that's the conversations with a pit bull X. All right. So Drayton, you've been listening to what's been going on. Tell us, brother, because I don't have to give you a resume. I think I already did.
Right. Well, first of all, what I want to do is give a shout out to everybody because everybody's doing their own thing in their own way. Johnny Ray, real talk, man. That story about that homeless guy with his dog, that's amazing, man. I never met you, but I'm giving you a hug from me to you right here. That's pretty badass. And everybody else just doing their thing. I think it's important. What I like hearing is people are trying to rise above the fray and not get caught up and noticing stuff and just moving on. Sort of fast tracking, on what Fred was saying about, different things as far as behavior and even human behavior. I think that's obvious.
Drayton, your Skype froze. So I want you to dial back in right now. He or Chris will call you right back. Hang up because, you know, I don't want you sitting there as a still, which took this long to get you on. Okay?
So hang up so you might have a better connection.
No, because we have to pay the bills around here. So I was going to ask you about a loan. Okay? So Drayton's back?
I think so. Can you hear me?
Yes, we hear you. You're coming in now. Eeny, beeny, chilly, beeny. The spirits are about to speak.
There it is.
They're friendly spirits. Huh?
Chris is going to try to
Fred's
get
gonna hang up?
Drayton
Is
on
that
the
what you
line.
said? Okay, Fred. We love you, bro. Bye. We're overloading this system here, ladies and gentlemen. This is technology at its finest. Okay?
I love that energy that Drayton just comes in with. Even if you don't see his face moving or whatever, he just hits you with that. Hits you with that energy, and he's just
down
on
that
top
science,
of it, man.
There you are. You're moving. Go ahead, sir. Sorry about that.
I'm here.
You're moving now.
Anyway, what I was about to say is that you know, everybody's on point with, you know, doing their own thing and rising above the fray. And it is popular to be rescuing pit bulls and all that. And I think that's part of the problem is that, like anything that gets popular, you know, it's going to get diluted. So, you know, you got to look for the real stuff. You know, bouncing off what Fred said about, you know, behavior and genetics and all this other stuff. I'm going to touch on that. But first, you know, the state of advocacy is better than it was, but obviously it could be better. You know, my thrust has always been to educate folks so that they could treat their dogs better. And I think, you know, again, someone else said they should have videos for humans. Well, if you ever watch any of my videos or any of the videos that, you know, are real legitimate, it is for the human. And the joke is amongst legit dog trainers that it's really human training for dogs. And the end of the day, whether it's fighting amongst each other or, you know, not understanding something and castle guarding and just wanting to protect your opinion, none of that's helpful to dogs. And I deal, even though people pay me for my time, and you know, my job's never done. So if it ends tomorrow and there's no breed-specific legislation, people still need help with their dogs. There's always going to need to be help. The point is you got to get to a point, because we all started somewhere, of saying, you know what, I don't really know that, so let me find out. And if it's information that's founded in safety for dogs, if it's information that's founded in not hurting them or causing them pain, guess what? You're on the right path. And to that end, you know, it's science. It's really not like an opinion or a way or your method. I mean, on every level, if you look at behavior and you look at positive reinforcement, whether it's, you know, through rewards or some sort of, you know, work that people or dogs like to do, it's behavioral science, it's neuroscience, it's social science, and it's also bite prevention, which is what everybody wants. I mean, a common thing I often talk to people about is, look, the people who don't like dogs or hate pit bulls and the people who love them, they all want the same thing, which is responsible, educated people in the community with those dogs doing safe things, because dogs aren't going anywhere. That's been proven. There's 83 million registered dogs in America, and that's up from, like, you know, just a few years ago. So dogs are here. So what I always tell people is just make sure if you're a dog lover, you're on point, you do safe things, you really understand your dog. Don't front, don't pretend just because you're good with your dog that all of a sudden, like, you know all dogs. And then lastly, just, you know, make sure that you spread that gospel, the ripple effect. You know, there's no secrets. If I have success and I could tell my neighbors, hey, you know, this worked, you know, it's a safe thing to try, then you're going to have better results, and you're probably going to have less, you know, arguments and less antagonistic stuff. So that's what I've found in terms of just getting through to people and giving them tangible skills about their dog, whether it's understanding the dog or doing training, is to make sure that you just help them and let them know it's for the dog.
That's right.
You know, I often say work as a team. Work as a team. The environment is your opponent. You know, you're on team dog, you know, whether it's a mom and a dad and like 3 people in the house with kids, or whether it's, you know, a rescue group and they're asking me, just work as a team for the dog. And if you can get that mindset out there in your community or in your groups or your people, work for the dogs, what's best for the dog. So
that's right.
You have to remove your own crap for a minute sometimes and say, all right.
Well, I love that. Hey,
I can't.
Go, no, I
was
was
gonna walk around with your own pooper scooper and scoop up your own crap.
Well,
yeah, you got to take your package off.
Yeah, Drayton. Let me tell you, man. Thank you. Because I'm taking notes. See, because this is a bigger picture we're building here. Thank you so much for, one, just, befriending Danny and I and the show, and, because you're good people and you're holding it up on the East Coast. But I want to tell you this before we go, because we got 2 people who want to get in. Next time, when you're shaving, right? You missed a little bit
Oh, I shaved today for you. Look.
No,
please.
you got missed a little bitty thing right there in the middle of it.
Oh, you gonna make fun of my dad's lip? Oh, okay, it's like that.
No, bro. Hey, man, I did see, because sometimes this stuff can make you want to cry, baby.
That
That's
was
right.
our sub theme for today. Everybody's got some type of hair problem. That's why I got a hat on. You don't want him to take that beanie off. It'll get real crazy over here.
Hey, brother, we love you, man. Thank you so much.
Guys, man, this is important. So let me just drop this real quick. I could probably do it under 2 minutes. So
2 minutes.
When it comes to genes,
30
right?
seconds.
Listen, when it comes to genetics and pit bulls, this is what I want you guys to leave with. And you can go to Dr. Robert Sapolsky on YouTube, and you can watch his seminars on this. But the bottom line is this. Genes don't code specifically. It's sparse. And without getting into the nitty gritty, I'm working on this and we'll be releasing a paper. There's just not enough neurons in the dog's brain to say, oh, okay, well, we bred these 2 dogs and they fought really well, so we're going to have fight puppies. It doesn't work that way. There's too many variables, and the bottom line is that it's environment, not genetics, that dictates behavior. And this is just over and over and over, and I can just give you the studies if you want to email me. These are things that I pour through. The bottom line is that you're never going to be able to say this dog is going to do this in this context before it does it. If you say the genes do something, it's not scientific. You can't say a gene is going to do something. What you could say is the genes did this in this environment. Now, most of the traditional stuff that I've studied revolves around a 16 by 16 pit. The dogs cannot get out. That's because humans have put them in there. It is not natural for dogs to go into an enclosed area where they feel afraid. It would have to be extreme, like I'm starving, I gotta eat. So the bottom line is that if you're gonna judge a dog and you're gonna say, well, this dog's a fight dog and that dog, then from where I sit, you better come to me and you better be able to tell me that you know that dog did that in that 16 by 16 box. And you can't train for it. And that's another thing. You can only condition dogs. Now, you look into it and you look, hold on, if you look into this from a behavior standpoint, hold on, then what you can always be able to ensure somebody is that, yeah, you're going to have a bunch of dogs who may or may not be big and strong and may or may not be able to do certain things, but you can't say that you're breeding fight dogs because you don't know and you have to test them and you have to wait till like mid-adolescence. So there's a lot of variables. What has me going kind of cuckoo is I see a lot of people out here talking about behavior and they don't know what they're talking about.
That's right.
And that's a big problem
that's
because
right.
ultimately that's what everyone's concerned about.
Drake,
there's my 2 minutes.
That's right. I appreciate it, bro. But hey, we got 4 hours on Tuesday, so I want you to be able to talk and talk. I'll call you. You know that. Thank you. I got Richard. Man. Richard, hey man, love you, man. Thank you so much. We got to get Richard on and Paula with some dogs because we got to save some dogs today, or I won't feel fulfilled.
I like Drayton, man. He's high power. You see, he got to hydrate himself and everything, man. I'm like, hey,
that boy, he got.
He said 2 minutes. That's politician quality right there, man. I'll get behind him and vote for him.
I'm telling you, man. We gonna kill. I'm telling you.
If you seen Josh in action too, like he get out there and let you have it too, and I'm like, yeah. It's just, I don't know. I know we're pressed for time.
Yeah, where's Richard at? Get Skype Richard in here and get.
I just wonder sometimes, like when you're dealing with, because there are people that have entrenched ideas that they don't have a regard for like what's right or what's nice or whatever. Like if they're deeply entrenched in their bureaucratic philosophy and that's what's actually driving them, you could come at them with a full manifesto of all the research and everything perfectly articulated, and they're like, that's that interferes with my bottom line. Right. So what do you do in those situations where it's just like, hey, we're not dealing with people that want to get educated or?
All right. Wait a minute. Because I'm gonna come back. I got like, hello Paula, hello Richard. What's happening, Rich?
Richard had to go back to work.
Wait a minute, that's him there, isn't it? That's not Richard. Somebody just Skyped in on our show.
Me.
Some strange person?
Some strange person.
Some strange person just Skyped in on the show? Okay, well, hello, strange guy. Hey, listen, Paula, tell us about, some dogs real quick. And if you can do it, can you do it in 3 minutes? Because and
I know.
I'm sorry, baby.
I
But
can try.
Babe, but
Are you ready?
Yeah, but Tuesday, I'm going to give you 45 minutes of dogs. Okay?
Ooh, that's good.
Okay.
That's good. I like
All
that.
right.
Okay, here we go. Chris, you ready? First up, this is Mickey. He is with a foster right now, but looking to find a great forever home with no other males. He wants to be top dog. He is great with cats and kids, as you can see. He loves to play. Next up, we have Minnie. She is in foster care, but still needs a forever home. She's about 1 year old. She was found along Airport Road and obviously hasn't been taken very well cared for. But that doesn't stop her from being an absolute sweetheart. She's lively and loving. Now we have Mr. Magoo. He is approximately 5 years old. He's very skinny. He appears to be blind in his left eye and needs a mani-pedi. But even in that condition, he is still a sweet boy looking for love, affection, and some TLC. He is in foster care, but is looking for a place to retire. If you are interested in adopting Mickey, Minnie, or Magoo, they are located at Long County Animal Control, and it's a small facility in LIddy, hope I didn't butcher that, Georgia. Shelter hours are Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. You can call 912-545-CATS, C-A-T-S. This tiny shelter has only 5 kennels and 1 small cat enclosure. They are in dire need of help adopting out their pets. Next up, we have Nini. Nini says, hi, everyone. I am looking for a foster or forever home of my own. I'm currently in a boarding facility, and I'm starting to get a little bummed. I do get to go outside occasionally for visits with my friends, but a home with a big backyard to play in and call my own would be the best. Next up, we have Annika. What can I say about her? She has a faraway look in her eyes. It's as if she's envisioning her new home with you. She's a looker, she's a stunner, and she is available. Next up, we have this cutie pie, and her name is April. She's about 2.5 years old. Very sweet girl. Gets along well with people and dogs, but she would prefer a home without cats. And if you can't resist that sweet face, you can adopt her and make her your very own. Last this week, we have Little Miss Lyric. Little Miss Lyric is waiting patiently for her forever home. She loves kids and is good with cats and dogs with proper introduction. Looking for a party girl? Here she is. Apply to adopt her today. For more information on how you can adopt Nini, Annika, April, or Miss Lyric, contact It's a Pity Rescue, Peonton, Illinois, by calling 708-792-3311. That's it for this week.
Okay. So, thank you, dear. And if any of those babies find a home, this was well worth it. All right?
If you missed that information, hit Paula up on Facebook at Pause Pit Parade, and she's got all the info as well as our guests, the people that Skyped in, and our in-studio guests. If you need to hook up with them, she can connect you with everybody at Pause Pit Parade on Facebook.
That's right. So let me go around the horn real quick.
Thanks, Danny.
Hey, dear. And, hey, great job on that Breeder X stuff, baby. Okay, we're pushing it through the roof. And just so you guys that don't know, anybody, again, you listen to this, Tuesdays, the whole thing is going to be don't just post, call, and talk to the host. All right, so putting up your little post on Facebook and it's just sit up there like Danny say, Call and talk to us. Let's put it out there in the world. Let's spread it. If you're trying to get a petition signed, call and let the people around the world know about it. So our phone lines are gonna be open. I think we got 8 or 9, 10 phone lines here. Josh's gonna be here sometimes. Johnny's gonna be here sometimes. Paul can be here. Paula's gonna be here all the time. Danny's gonna be here whenever he want to. It's the donut shop on the way in or on the way back. But we all got lives. But I'm committed. I'm committed to doing this, and it's a trial. It's an experiment in social, whatever the hell, human condition. Josh, what do you got to say, baby? You've been over there.
I just wanted to say everything Drayton said was super on point, especially about the genetics. He's right on top of it, and if you look at Dr. Irizarry, you look at Dr. Ostrander, it's all the same stuff. What Drayton was saying, what it comes down to is dogs are individuals. They're literally unique, sentient beings. You can't look at a dog and say they're all going to be this, they're all going to be that. You can't say all pit bulls are going to be energetic or all going to be insert here. If you're doing that, you're doing an injustice to dogs. And you're basically profiling, whether it's positive or negative. So
you don't want to say profiling to a brother. We know what that means, huh? That's a bad thing.
You know about environmental factors determining.
That's a bad thing. You know what I mean?
Fellas, Romp Rescue, what do you guys got to say to close it out?
I look forward to coming back and having a lot more to say.
Open the door, baby. We're going to rock the world. I'm telling you, it's a street approach and it's a web approach, because there's people in different countries that hit me up and stuff, and they say, hey, we like this, and we don't have anything over here,
Johnny, what's the last bit you want to throw out there?
We're having the Pit Bull of the Year contest and the Pit Bull Owner of the Year contest, and it's actually going to be held in TJ, but it's opened up to everyone.
When is that?
It's in the first week of December. I believe it's December 6th.
I think I'm going to go to that.
You're going to be there. We're going to try to get you there, Danny. Shorty from Pit Boss is going to be one of the judges.
Nice.
We also have Keith Kurtwood, the MMA world champion, is also going to be one of the judges. And the entry fee is 150 pesos, which is about $13, $14, which is going to go to Operation Love Mary Lee, and 100% of the proceeds, that is enough to spay and neuter one street dog.
Yeah.
So for everyone we get to enter is going to turn around and we're going to spay one street dog.
That's about
one unaltered female dog in 6 years potentially can have enough offspring to amount to 67,000 more dogs. Wow. So your one entry can do a lot. So
damn near as much as my wife.
If you're ever looking for a reason to go to TJ, go down and do something good, man. That sounds like a plan. December, I could save up. I got 13 on that.
So Paula's gone. All right. So now it's time to say goodbye.
Yeah.
To all
what a wonderful show, man. You guys pulled everybody together, and it was just awesome.
I appreciate everybody for coming. This is just the beginning, ladies and gentlemen, because since we've been off the air, it's a whole new kind of agenda. We coming with it. It's like, just as all of you out there, I'm telling you, you cannot take one day for granted, man. And I started to show off talking about Robin Williams, but he's just an example, because we all could drop dead tomorrow. So what are you doing today for change? What are you doing? You putting it off? You talking about what I'm gonna do? You ain't gonna do nothing. There's a joke. How do you make God laugh? Tell him your plans. Okay? So if we got to be about it, let's do it. Let's make it happen today. Thank you so much. Go to the Breeder X, damn it. And sign up. Go to subscribe on Facebook. On YouTube. But go to Breeder X and go join the event, because the media is paying attention. You see that thing that people put out, some magazine, who is it, Buzz, that put out about pit bulls are dangerous and horrible and dead dogs. The other side is fighting. They're using the media. They're using everything. You assholes better get on top of it. So I'm doing what I can, and I'm going to do it without you guys.
And real quick, everybody go to Dogs Without Borders. They're doing the Strut Your Mud event next month, and I just want to send a shout out to our friends over there, Galit and Nicole and everybody, and let's get out there. If you're looking for something to do, just get out and be active and try to do some good.
Tuesday, call in. We'll talk to you. Find us on Facebook. Love you. Bye.
Nanu, nanu.
And I approve this message.